All right, if you're a creator, a marketer, anyone who builds a business online, this is for you. Think of this as an urgent strategic briefing because the ground is shifting under our feet and it's happening fast. The AI revolution isn't coming, it's here. And we're gonna lay out a survival guide for what comes next. So let's just cut right to the chase. The key takeaway from all the recent analysis is, well, it's pretty stark. The business model that's powered the creator economy for the last decade, it has an expiration date. We're talking 12 to 36 months. That's not a lot of time. It means the time to really change how you think and operate is right now. And look, this isn't happening because of just one new app or some single platform shift. What we're facing is more like a perfect storm. There are three massive interconnected crises all hitting at the exact same time. Understanding these three is absolutely the first step to building a business that can actually last. So let's get into it. Let's break down what this extinction event for the old way of doing things really looks like. And the point here isn't to scare you, it's to give you a clear-eyed, realistic view of the challenges that are right in front of us. Okay, so here are the three horsemen of the creator apocalypse, so to speak. First, you've got the volume crisis. I mean, AI can now pump out content at a scale and speed that no human could ever hope to match. So the old strategy of just publish more, that's basically dead. Second, there's the intermediary crisis. Think about it. AI agents like ChatGPT are becoming the new Google. They answer questions directly, which means they could cut you, the original source, completely out of the picture. And third, the big one, the intelligence explosion. This is the rapid approach of AGI, or artificial general intelligence, which won't just create content, it could strategize and innovate better than we can. And you really need to pay attention to the timeline for that third crisis. Academics are conservatively saying, maybe 10 to 15 years. But the people actually building this tech, the industry leaders, they're warning it could be here in as little as 2 to 5 years. So when you're planning for your business, what do? Well, the only sane choice is to plan for the aggressive timeline. Because the cost of being wrong, it isn't just falling behind, it's game over. All right, let's zoom in on the most immediate threat, the one that's already changing everything. That's the intermediary crisis. Seriously, this isn't some problem for the future. It's happening as we speak, and it is fundamentally breaking the connection that you have with your audience. You can see the shift perfectly right here. The old model was so simple, right? You create great stuff, someone searches on Google, they click a link, and boom, they're on your website, in your world. You owned that relationship. But in the new model, the user just asks an AI a question, the AI scrapes your article, mashes it up with a few others, and spits out a neat little summary. The user gets their answer, but they might not ever know you were the one who provided the value. That direct link is just gone. And this right here is the billion-dollar question that every single creator, every online business now has to answer. If you have a machine standing between you and the people you're trying to reach, what is your business model? How do you build trust? How do you make money? The old playbook just doesn't work anymore. Okay, so we've laid out the problem. It's big, it's real, and it's urgent. But it is not a hopeless situation. So now, let's pivot to the solution. Because in a world that is drowning in AI-generated stuff, the most valuable thing you can have is the one thing AI can't make. This is where we find the new human advantage. Think of this as the new partnership. Your job is changing. You're no longer the content machine. You're now the creative director. You let the AI do all the heavy lifting. The volume, the data crunching, the technical stuff. Your real value, where you become irreplaceable, is in providing the strategy, the vision, the judgment, and that genuine human connection that an algorithm just can't fake. So, what can't AI replicate? Well, number one is your authentic, lived experience. An AI can read every single book on entrepreneurship ever written, but it can't feel the pit in your stomach you had during a tough negotiation. It doesn't have the intuition you developed after talking to 1,000 customers. Your personal journey, your wins, your failures, that is now your most valuable data set. The second thing is contextual judgment. See, AI is basically a super powerful pattern matching machine. It's brilliant when it's seen a problem 1,000,000 times before. But what about when a situation is totally new? When the data is messy or contradictory? AI can't read the room. It can't understand the subtle hesitation in a client's voice. That's where human wisdom is still king. And finally, and this is probably the most important of all, it's relationship and trust. We're about to be flooded with an ocean of synthetic AI-generated content. And in that world, people are going to be absolutely craving genuine human connection. And AI can't build a real community. It can't forge an actual emotional bond. The kind of loyalty that comes from real trust, that's a currency that algorithms will never, ever be able to print. Okay, so we know where our unique human value is, but that's the what. Now we need the how. How do we actually build a business around these advantages? So let's get super practical and look at 4 concrete, actionable models for this new economy. This is your blueprint for the future. So here they are, the 4 main paths you can take. You can become the expert curator, the trusted human guide who helps people sift through all the noise. You could be a data licenser, packaging your unique knowledge and selling it to train AIs. You could be an experience architect, creating amazing human-centered events and communities. Or you could become a specialized agent builder and create custom AI tools for very specific industries. Now, here's the thing. You don't have to just pick one. In fact, the smartest, most resilient strategy is probably a hybrid. We'd recommend making your primary focus being an experience architect. Build something around human connection that's really hard to automate. And then, as a secondary income stream, become a data licenser. Package up your unique expertise and license it to the very AI platforms that are changing the game. That way, you're hedging your bets and future-proofing your business from both angles. Let's just end with one final reminder of what's at stake here. This isn't some theoretical discussion about 5 years from now. The window of opportunity to get ahead of this, to proactively reinvent your business instead of being forced to react, that window is closing, and it's closing fast. We are talking months, not years.
So it really all comes down to a choice. You've seen the challenges, you've seen the strategic models. The question is, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to be one of the people who sees what's coming and acts decisively? Or are you going to wait? The clock is ticking. The choice is yours.